Come into a seated position for Brahmari breath. So I'll show you Brahmari breath first. With the index finger, you're going to cover lightly the eyelids and then cover the ears with the thumb. Inhale. Exhale with the sound of Om. Exhale through the nose. A really long exhale so that you really get the benefits of the vibrations of the Om inside of your body. And when you place the thumbs inside of your ears, really cover the ears so that the sound stays within you and that nothing escapes. We're going to do 5. Do them slow, there's no rush, and really enjoy and appreciate every exhale that you do. When you finish your Brahmaris, you can just rest with your hands onto your thighs, eyes closed, just feeling into the shifts of the energies that you might have with a pranayama. Let's first just do a few deep inhales and deep exhales. Breathe in. Full exhale out. One more. Empty the air out. 5 Brahmari breaths on your own time. Bring your hands into your heart center. Deep inhale. Full exhale out. We're opening the practice with 3 Oms. Inhale. Open the eyes. Transition into your child's pose. Sitting onto your heels, knees wide apart, extend the arms forward. Rest the forehead onto the mat. Deep inhale. Full exhale out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep going with your breath. With every exhale, letting go of any tension around the shoulders and the hips. Relax into the hands, into the arms. From this position, your child's pose, bring your right hand towards the left side for thread the needle on a child's pose. So thread your right arm towards the left, palm of the hand facing up. Inhale, reach forward with your left hand. On the exhale, reach towards the left side with your right hand. Deep inhale. Full exhale out, relaxing into the neck, resting the head on the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out, opening into the shoulder, especially the right shoulder. Deep inhale. Full exhale out. Fill up. On the exhale, gently transition the right hand towards the front of the mat. Go to the other side. Now the left arm reaches under the right. Palm of the hand facing up, if that feels good. The other way, it's also possible if you want. Inhale, reach forward with the right hand. On the exhale, reach out through the left arm. Breathing in, breathing out. Fill up. On the exhale, sit the sit bones towards the heel. Press the lower back towards the floor. Breathe in. Breathing out. Deep inhale. On the exhale, come back into the center. Inhale. Exhale, come into tabletop position for cat-cow. And you're welcome to go for the variation that we've done last week, I think it was last week, with your knees wider apart or with your knees in line with your hips, you choose. Inhale, open the chest forward, belly button down. On the exhale, press the floor away, round up through the spine, let go of the neck. Inhale, open the chest, looking forward or looking up. On the exhale, round up, press the floor away, squeeze belly in. Inhale, open the chest, belly button down. You can close the eyes and feel more into your body. On the exhale, round up. One more, inhale. Full exhale. If you have your knees wide apart, bring the knees in line with your hips and then transition into your down dog. Walk the dog out, or maybe not, stay in a still position, in a neutral position. Staying with your Ujjayi breath. Balancing in both sides if you're moving, making sure whatever you do in one side, you also do on the other side. Come into a neutral position. Breathe in. On the exhale, step or walk forward to the front of your mat into ragdoll. Feet mat distance apart. Slight bend into the knees, especially if it is your first ragdoll of the day. Activate your feet, lift the toes. Interlace the hands behind your back or use a strap. Deep inhale. Full exhale out. Allow the upper body to fold a little bit more. Breathe in. On the exhale, bend the right knee into the chest. Keep the left leg straight. Breathe in. On the exhale, open the chest towards the left side, keeping the left leg straight and the right knee bent. Deep inhale. Full exhale out. Fill up. On the exhale, slowly come back into the center. Transition to the other side. Bend the left knee. Breathe in. On the exhale, straighten the right leg. Inhale. On the exhale, open the chest towards the right side. Breathe in. Exhale, bend into that left knee. Rest the chest, especially the left side of the chest, onto the left thigh. Inhale. Exhale, straighten the right leg. Press the floor away, lifting up the toes into that right foot. Inhale. Exhale, slowly come back into the center. Breathe in. On the exhale, gently release the arms. Bring the feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Two more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. On the exhale, bring the thumbs into the sacrum for a mini back bend. Inhale, lengthen through the chest bone. On the exhale, lean back, slowly, gently, leaning towards the back. Breathe in. Exhale, come back into the center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, step or walk back. High plank. Bring the knees down into a tabletop position. Transitioning into puppy pose. Deep inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows towards the back. Bring the chest between your hands. Staying here. Inhale. On the exhale, you can stay with the chin reaching forward, or if it is too much, you can have the forehead on the floor. Inhale. On the exhale, walk the knees a little bit further forward if you can. Otherwise, if it is too much in your back, stay where you are. Breathe in. Exhale, reach back with the elbows and squeeze elbows into the rib cage. Deep inhale. On the exhale, release, lay on your belly. Sphinx pose, forearms onto the floor. Inhale, lengthen through the chest bone, looking down. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lengthen, pressing the top of the feet down. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lengthen, squeeze thighs together. Exhale, lower down. Hands under the shoulders for cobra. Inhale, lift. On the exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Fill up. Empty the air out. Deep inhale. Full exhale out. Breathe in. Exhale, step or walk forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, rise up. Add a mini back bend if it's there for you. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step back, high plank, knees down, tabletop position. Breathe in. Exhale, puppy pose, chest between the hands, elbows towards the back. Fill up. Exhale, roll the shoulders away from the ears and squeeze elbows in. Deep inhale. Full exhale out, tucking the toes under so that you're pressing the floor away. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze elbows in, shoulders towards the back. Inhale into cobra, slide the chest forward, lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Fill up. Empty the air out. Deep inhale. Full exhale out. Fill up. Exhale, step or walk forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, rise up. Back bend if you want. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step or walk back. High plank. Bring the knees down, tabletop position for puppy pose. Inhale. Exhale, lower the chest down. Chin forward or forehead down onto the floor. If there is a lot of tightness in the shoulders, you might not be able to bring the chest all the way down to the floor, but that's okay. Deep inhale. On the exhale, roll the shoulders towards the back and squeeze elbows in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Fill up. Empty the air out. Squeeze elbows in, shoulders towards the back. Inhale into cobra. Roll forward. Lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Feet together. Right leg reaches up. Inhale. Exhale, step forward into a low lunge. So lower the back knee down onto the floor. Pad up the back knee. Sink low with your hip here. So bring your right bum cheek as close to the right heel as possible. And you can have the hand onto the front thigh, pressing the thigh away so you keep a lengthening in the spine. Or maybe you need the support from the ground or blocks. Deep inhale, lengthen through the chest. On the exhale, squeeze the sit bones together, especially to lengthen the lower back as we are almost coming into a back bend here. Fill up. Empty the air out. Deep inhale. On the exhale, sink lower with your hips. Feel the opening into your left hip flexor, maybe even going into the groin area. Inhale. Full exhale out. Breathe in. On the exhale, slowly start to come out of the pose, staying in a more of a 90-degree angle with your legs. So 90-degree on the front knee, 90-degree on the back knee. Interlace the hands and press them against the front thigh. Deep inhale. On the exhale, you're going to round up the spine like we do in cat-cow. So pressing the thigh away, rounding up. Inhale. On the exhale, tuck the tailbone under like we do in chair pose and in eagle. Breathe in. Exhale, round up between shoulder blades, lifting towards the ceiling with the back of your shoulders. Inhale. Full exhale out. Press the thigh away, lift through the back, mid back and upper back. Breathe in. On the exhale, tuck tailbone under a little bit more. Feel the opening in the left hip flexor, the left quad. Inhale. On the exhale, slowly release. Both hands down to the floor, transition into your side plank. So the front leg is going to go all the way towards the back. And your left leg can have two positions. Either your left foot is pointing out towards the left or towards the back of the mat. Towards the left gives you more stability. If you're pointing towards the back, gives you less stability, so you need more balance, work more on your balance. Inhale, reach up with your right arm. On the exhale, reach the right hand forward towards the front of the mat and feel the stretch in the side of the body. Breathe in. Exhale, rest the right foot down onto the floor. Place the whole foot on the floor so you feel a stretch all the way from the outside edge of the right foot coming into the right hip, into the side body, into the armpit, all the way into the fingertips. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep opening the chest, opening the hips towards the side. Inhale. Full exhale out, letting go of the neck. Breathe in. Exhale, slowly release. Tabletop position for puppy pose. Inhale. Exhale, chest down, elbows back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Adjust the pose so that feels good for you. Inhale. Exhale, roll the shoulders away from the ears, squeeze elbows in. Inhale, cobra, slide forward and up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Feet together, left leg reaches up. Inhale. Exhale, step forward, low lunge. Protect your knee joint. Knees are very robust joints, but at the same time, very prone to injuries. So the more you're gentle and kind to your knee joints, the less likelihood of getting any injury you have. Interlace the hands, press the thigh away. Inhale, lengthen through the chest. On the exhale, relax the shoulders and sink low into your lunge. Breathe in. Breathe out, squeezing the sit bones, tucking the tailbone under. Deep inhale. Full exhale out. Press the front thigh away and sink lower into that left hip. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. On the exhale, transition into your other lunge position. So 90-degree angle in the front knee, 90-degree angle on the back knee. Interlace the hands, press the front thigh away. Inhale. On the exhale, round up through the spine. Inhale. Exhale, tuck tailbone under. Press the thigh away. Breathe in. Exhale, round the spine even more. Imagine you want to touch the back wall with your back. Fill up. Exhale, round up between shoulder blades, like if you want to touch the ceiling with your shoulder blades. Breathe in. Breathe out. Tuck tailbone a little bit more. Round up even more into the lower back. Deep inhale. Full exhale out. Breathe in. Exhale, slowly release. Right hand down to the floor, transition into your side plank. Choose whatever position you want for your right leg and place the left foot down on the floor. Inhale, reach up with your left arm. On the exhale, press the whole foot down onto the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. Deep inhale. On the exhale, reach the left arm forward if you haven't done it already. And now breathe into that elongation of the side body. You should feel even the skin stretching all the way from the outer edge of the foot into your hip, into the side belly, into the rib cage, and then armpit, arm, hand. Breathe into it. We're working here on the fascia, which is a cling film layer that we have between the skin and the muscles. Inhale, exhale, release. Tabletop position for puppy pose. Inhale, exhale, chest down, bum up. And again, if it is too much, just rest the forehead onto the floor. If the chest doesn't touch the floor yet, that's okay. Deep inhale. Full exhale out. Shoulders away from the ears. Squeeze elbows in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Feet together, right leg reaches up. Inhale. Exhale, step forward, low lunge. And we're going to do lunge, which is a psoas release. We've done a few times in class lately. Don't worry too much about what you're feeling in the pose. It can take a bit until we kind of get the feel of the pose. As long as you're doing pretty much the technique, the feel of it will come with time. And the technique is the forearm is along the thigh, and the hand is grabbing the front of the knee. So we're not doing this and we're not doing this. We are hugging the thigh into the chest, and the hand is covering the front of the knee. The left hand is in the corner of the mat, in the left corner of the mat. And you're pressing the mat away to bring the left rib cage towards your right thigh. Sink low with your left hip. Keep sinking low, and I'll press the mat away and bring the rib cage towards the thigh. Manuela, bring the hand closer to the corner. Yes, and now press and lean to the floor and to the right. Yes. You feel on the left side? Good. Yeah, very good. So for some of us, and Manuela is one of them, you could actually be in your living room watching TV or reading a book and doing this pose. The more you do this pose, the quicker you release a lot of the tensions you hold in your psoas, which is a very deep muscle that connects the spine to the lower part of the body. And this psoas needs to be released in order to open hips, but also to go into back bends. And gently release. Half pigeon, chest to ankle. So sit onto your thigh first. Sit onto the right thigh. Adjust the foot so that the foot is in line with your knee. And the ankle comes in line with your knee if you're sitting. If you're in a standing position, then it's more difficult. But if you sit on your thigh first and then bring the ankle in line with the knee, it will work. The back leg can be bent. Interlace the hands around the ball of the foot. Inhale, lengthen through the chest. On the exhale, fold, bringing the chest closer to the ankle. And you can rest the head onto a block or pillows, or like I am on my foot. Staying with your Ujjayi breath. You can adjust the back leg, either straighten or bend more. If you're having any hamstring pull here, you can bring the ankle closer to the pelvis, the front ankle closer to the pelvis, and that will release the hamstring. If there is too much of a pulling in the hamstring, you don't want to stay there, you don't want to force into it. And slowly start to come up. Bring the back leg towards the front of the room. For double pigeon on the left side. And I have a cushion here. We have a little cushion here because it's quite handy to have a cushion in between your left knee and the right thigh. So in double pigeon, you want to have shins parallel to each other, and the foot is kind of outside of your thigh, hence why the cushion here, because then there is this extra support for your left leg. So the left leg is on the top of the right, and you have the cushion in between. When you set up, make sure you lift the bum and then you square off your hips. Both feet are active here. Hands behind, close the eyes, and breathe into whichever areas you're feeling any strong sensation. This is also called fire log pose because of the position of the shins, the way we're stacking the legs. And most of these hip openers, hamstring openers, front of the body openers are poses that we don't do enough. We don't do enough to revert the amount of years of lack of movement. The majority of us have spent most of our adult life with not moving too much, or if moving, like, doing things like running or going to the gym, they're not really targeting flexibility. So I found that actually doing these poses when I'm watching TV or a movie, or when I'm reading, or when I'm working in my laptop, starts to give me more space to open into those areas that I need to open. Because when we start to actually look into our day, we go from laying in bed during sleep, and then we get up and do our daily routines or morning routines, and then we sit and have breakfast, and then we sit in the living room to work, or sit in the car to go to work, and then we go from the car to the office and sit, and then from the desk go to a meeting and sit. And there's so much of living in chairs and sofas and beds, and so much of it doesn't, there's too many hours of lack of movement or sitting in chairs that actually doesn't have the same movement and muscle recruitment that would have by sitting on the floor. Sitting on the floor recruits a lot more muscles, not only having to go down to the floor, but then coming up from the floor. Sitting on the floor also opens into areas that we don't even go near when we're sitting in chairs or in sofas or in, man-made stuff. And slowly start to come out of the pose, cross the ankles, and go straight into your down dog. Left leg reaches up, inhale. On the exhale, step forward for lunge. So lower the back knee down. Same thing here. So you're gonna hug the left thigh into the chest. And then your right hand is gonna go all the way towards the corner of the mat, and you're pressing the floor away, so you bring your right rib cage towards your left thigh. And you can relax the neck here. Sink low with your right hips. And slowly release, transition into your half pigeon, chest to ankle variation. So first sit onto your left bum cheek, left thigh, and then bring that foot in line with your ankle as much as possible. It also helps to bring the knee out. So if the foot is over there and you want to bring the chest towards the ankle, it's a lot more difficult if you just bring the knee out, which opens into your hip, and then you have the ankle closer to the chest. Interlace the hands behind, around the foot. Inhale, lengthen through the chest. On the exhale, fold forward. Can you bring the knee out more, Manuela? Does it come to this side more? A little bit. Okay, that was good. Good. Now see if you can get the chest lower. Good. And I talked about my hamstrings with the challenges I have with my hamstrings when I come into hip openers. And this pose, I cannot go as deep as the right side. If I reach my chest down to the ankle, like I did on the other side, I can feel my hamstring pulling. And there are certain things you don't want to force and you don't want to stay in. And we like to call it the stay in pain and the get out pain. The stay in pain is when it is muscular and you know it's the muscle stretching and it is like shaking. And you know it's the muscle that just needs to strengthen or open up. But then there is another type of pain which is sharp. It comes like very quick. It's almost like a knife, you know, very thing, and burning, you know, could be also a burning sensation. And that kind of pain, you don't want to go into it and stay there. If you feel it, you come out gently. No need to come out as well in a very aggressive way. You come out gently and you adjust the pose. It's also not to say that we can't do the pose, but for me in this pose, I always lift my hip, adjust my hip a little bit to give me then that space to go for the full pose. So whichever kind of pain you feel, not doing the pose should never be an option. Adjusting the pose, it's always the option. You can slowly start to come up. Bring that back leg towards the front. And let's do double pigeon on the right side. So now is the right shin that goes over the left. Same thing here if you want to use the bolster. Some days I need the bolster, some days I don't. It really depends. Maybe you don't need a bolster today. Maybe you never need. Maybe some of us are quite open in our hips and don't need bolster. And if you're quite open in your hips, you can even fold forward if it's going to give you more of a sensation of opening in the hips. Otherwise, eyes closed, hands behind your back, so that you have a straight spine, and breathe into your body. The hip area has quite a lot of, how to say, actually what I want to say is that the mobility and flexibility of your hips can depend a lot on your emotional state. And the reason for that is because Svadhisthana, the sacral chakra, is located around this area of the hips. And this chakra deals with our emotions. Our emotions, our desires, our sexuality, creativity. And usually when we have things going on in our lives and we are feeling a bit overwhelmed, we tend to feel it as well in the hips. And something that sometimes we don't even think about it, we don't even consider, is that our bodies memorize a lot of information. The body registers every single pain, feeling, scare, fear, happiness, bruise. At the cellular level, in a most deep level, the body stores every single thing that occurred in our life. The mind is very forgetful. The mind even can create amnesia, you know. Sometimes if you go through a certain trauma, you can have one of those things where you just forget and you don't remember exactly what happened. But the body registers every single thing. Good things, bad things, random things, every single thing. And sometimes we don't do enough to help the body to detox, rinse, rejuvenate, reproduce. And that's why sometimes the hips can be warehouses of stored junk, things we just hoard and accumulate. You can slowly start to come out of the pose. Go into your down dog, do any movements with your legs and hips that feel good. And now come and sit onto your mat. For wide-legged, so bring your legs as wide as you can. Lift the hips, you know, sit onto bolsters or onto blocks if you have tight hamstrings or if you have a lot of tension around the lower back. This lifts your hips, which then helps you to have more of a long spine, a straight spine, but also positions the pelvis in a way that allows us to do what we want to do. Now the left hand comes inside of your left leg. Inhale, reach up with your right arm. On the exhale, lean over towards the left leg, letting go of the neck. Breathing in. Exhale, point the toes out, heels in, externally rotating your thighs. Deep inhale. Full exhale out. Fill up the lungs. Empty the head out. Inhale. Exhale, allow the upper body to fold a little bit more towards the left leg. Breathe in. On the exhale, slowly come up. Onto the other side, left hand on the inside of the right hand on the inside of the right leg. Inhale, reach up, open the chest. Exhale, fold over the right. Inhale, lengthen through the chest bone. Exhale, let go of the neck. Breathing in, breathing out. Deep inhale. Exhale, active feet, flex both toes or all 10 toes. Breathe in, breathe out, letting go of the upper body a bit more. Inhale. On the exhale, slowly come up. Bend the knees, bring the feet closer together, and then knees together. Extend the legs forward, give them a little shake. Half hero. So your right knee is going to bend. You're going to bring the ankle outside of the bum. And again, this might be a bit too much for your knee or for your quads. Sit onto a cushion, sit onto a blocks if you need, maybe even too much for your ankle. Sometimes it hurts the front of the foot. So just lift yourself a bit more. Inhale, reach up with the arms. On the exhale, fold forward. Hands on either side of the leg. Breathing in. Breathing out. Allow the upper body to fold. Neck is relaxed. Inhale. On the exhale, flex the front foot. Press the heel down so you're activating into your calf muscle on the left leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hug the right knee into the center so you have both knees together. Inhale. Full exhale out. Breathe in. Breathing out. Inhale. On the exhale, slowly start to come up. Switch sides. Bear in mind what we talked about the pain. If it is just a muscle pain, then breathe into it. Your breath will help you to release tension. But if it is sharp or burning sensation, then adjust your pose. So place a block under the bum. Lift your hips a little bit higher. Inhale, reach up with the arms. On the exhale, fold forward. Oh. Breathe in. Breathe out. Press the heel down, activate into the calf muscle. Deep inhale. Full exhale out. Breathe in. Breathing out. Hug both knees into the center. Inhale. Exhale, flex the front foot, activating to the right leg. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Empty the air out. Breathe in. On the exhale, slowly come up. Extend the left leg forward, give them a shake if you need. Before we lay on the back, I'm going to show you a pose that it's usually done against the wall. Viparita, it's an alternative to shoulder stand. It's a restorative pose, and basically you're going to bring the bum. I hope you can see me. I didn't prepare another camera here, but you're going to bring the bum all the way to the wall, touching the bum on the wall, and then the legs up the wall, being supported. So my bum is touching the wall, my lower back is on the floor, and my legs are up the wall. You can do this one, but if you want to do shoulder stand, go for shoulder stand. I'm gonna do this one. You doing this one as well? Okay, come and join me then. Viparita, which is restorative pose. Great if you spend lots of time on your feet. So some of you, I know you're working in the hospital and you spend lots of time standing, getting home and doing this pose, allowing the lymphatic system to drain out of your legs is great. Plus all the other added benefits of inversions. This is kind of a semi-inversion, which is helping the blood to flow into the head with more ease. The heart doesn't have to work so hard to pump the blood anti-gravity towards the head. In this way, as the head is towards the floor, gives the rest to the heart. And before we fall asleep, Manuela, we're going to come out of the pose because this pose makes you fall asleep. So let's show the stance, go into your plow. Viparitas, come into your mat. Hug the knees into the chest. Plow pose. Slowly roll forward. Into fish pose. Block between shoulder blades, lay on the top of the block. Now, if usually you have tightness around the back, have the block between the shoulder blades is the best. But if your back is somehow a bit more mobile or flexible, you can explore bringing the block lower towards the mid-back, not the lower back, never in the lower back, but more towards the thoracic area into the mid-back. It just gives you a different sensation, opens into a different area of the spine. Roll towards the right-hand side, remove the block. Lay flat on your back for Shavasana. Close the eyes or cover the eyes with a towel. Let go of the Ujjayi breath. And make any adjustments so that the lower back is completely flat on the floor. Start to wrinkle the fingers and toes. Roll the head from side to side. Hug the knees into the chest. Roll over to the right hand side. Come into a seated position. Eyes closed, neck relaxed. Hands into your heart center. Deep inhale. Full exhale out. We're closing the practice with 3 Oms. Inhale. Thumb knuckles to the third eye center. Together we say Namaste.